At Psych2Go, our mission is to make psychology and mental health accessible and digestible through cozy and heartfelt animations. If our content has helped you or someone you know along the way, it would mean the world to us if you could leave a comment about how your day is going, bad or good, because we'd love to hear from you. And also because it helps the algorithm to get our content reaching more people like yourselves who could benefit. In return, we will continue to make more heartwarming content and topics that come directly from the requests in the comments. We appreciate you. Without further ado, today's theme is on abuse. When people hear the word abuse, they often imagine something loud, obvious, or physical. But some of the most damaging forms of abuse don't leave bruises. They leave doubt, confusion, and a version of you that slowly forgets how to trust yourself or anyone else. Mental abuse, psychological abuse, emotional abuse. These terms are often used interchangeably, but what do they actually mean? And why is understanding them so important for your relationships and your relationship with yourself, especially as you get older? Let's talk about it. What is mental abuse? Mental abuse targets how you think. It often looks like constant criticism or belittling, being told you're too sensitive or overreacting, rewriting events to make you question your memory, undermining your confidence or intelligence. Over time, mental abuse trains your inner voice to sound like the person hurting you. You don't just hear them anymore, you start hearing yourself say it. What is psychological abuse? Psychological abuse targets your sense of reality and safety. This can look like gaslighting, manipulation, intimidation, silent treatment, or emotional withdrawal as punishment, making you feel responsible for their emotions. The goal isn't control through force, it's control through confusion. You start asking, am I imagining this? Is this my fault? Maybe I'm the problem. That uncertainty keeps people stuck, often far longer than even physical fear. And what is emotional abuse? Well, emotional abuse targets how you feel and whether you're allowed to feel at all. This often looks like dismissing your emotions, withholding affection, conditional love, mocking vulnerability, making you feel like a burden for having needs. You learn that connection comes with a cost. You silence yourself or risk losing love. Over time, you stop asking for support altogether. What do they all have in common? Despite the different names, mental, psychological, and emotional abuse share one core trait. They disconnect you from yourself. They erode self-trust, blur boundaries, replace intuition with self-doubt, teach you to prioritize survival over authenticity. Abuse isn't always about cruelty. Often it's about power over perception. And that's why it's so hard to spot, especially when it comes from someone you love. Why this matters as you get older. As we grow older, these patterns don't disappear, they evolve. Unhealed abuse can show up as difficulty trusting partners, fear of conflict, over-explaining yourself, people-pleasing, emotional shutdown, or repeating the same dynamics in new relationships. And without awareness, these patterns can quietly pass into families, parenting styles, and long-term relationships. Not because people want to harm others, but because pain that isn't processed gets replayed. The relationship with yourself. One of the most overlooked effects of abuse is how it shapes your inner relationship. You might struggle to rest without guilt, feel undeserving of care, doubt your needs, minimize your pain, or feel uncomfortable being treated well. Healing isn't just about leaving abusive dynamics, it's about rebuilding self-trust, learning that your feelings make sense, and realizing you don't need permission to exist fully. Here's why awareness is not blame. Understanding abuse isn't about labeling people as villains, it's about naming patterns, protecting your mental health, and choosing relationships that allow growth instead of fear. You can acknowledge harm without turning your life into a courtroom. Healing isn't about proving what happened, it's about deciding what happens next. If this video resonated with you, it means you're learning to see clearly. And clarity is the first step towards healthier relationships with others and with yourself. If you'd like to see a follow-up video on how to recognize these patterns early, or how to heal after emotional or psychological abuse, or how to stop repeating these cycles in relationships or parenting, let us know in the comments. Until next time, take care.